Yo, what's up guys? Joker here bringing you another video for Path of Exile 2. This is going to be going over Act 1 tips and tricks that I've discovered since I have been lucky enough to do Act 1 twice at this point, right? Once on my Invoker and once on my Ranger. So let's get into it. The first thing that I can really mention is the bosses on the world map. These bosses are worth killing because a lot of the times they're either going to be dropping you like exalts, or they're going to be dropping you socketed items, or they're going to be dropping you a passive buffs. Some of the really important ones are here in Clareful. You fight a little ice witch and she gives you a passive +10 to cold res, which is really good because the Act 1 final boss does a lot of cold damage. Besides that, you have Una's hut over here, and then you have the Crowbell. Both of these are really good to do because these give you 2 passive points apiece. So you get 2 from killing the Crowbell, and you get 2 from going and getting Una's ukulele or whatever it is. The third thing, I figured I'd go ahead and just run over here and show you real quick because the description of this isn't that intuitive. This is going to be getting to Freythorn to fight the King of the Mist. The quest that you receive says like find your way to Freythorn, and it says it's at like the top of the hunting grounds, right? I found it over here. I found it over here. If we go over here, I found it over here. But the most important thing that you want to look for is this little narrow alleyway type thing, right? This is what you want to look for. As you can see, you can clear essentially almost the whole map without finding it. So run along the edges, and as soon as you see this little entrance, you know you're going the right way. The reason why you want to kill the King of the Mist is because he's going to be the one that gives you access to spirit gems, right? He's going to be giving you your first spirit gem, and spirit gems are really good. These are going to be like your heralds and persistent buff effects as well. It's overall usually just a free damage boost or a free defensive layer. Coming in at number 4 is something that I really can't showcase because once you do the quest, you no longer receive it. You only have to do it once per your account, but it is going to be Renly's workshop over here in Ogum Village. You're going to find a house and you're going to give him his blacksmithing tools. This is going to unlock the salvage bench for you. And the reason why you do this is to get blacksmith whetstones and artificer shards. These are going to give you quality on your weapons and the ability for you to add sockets to your gear. Sockets are insanely good, right? You're going to have plenty of ruins, and the bottleneck is going to be the socketed items. So you're really going to want to try to get the salvager's bench and pick up as many socketed items to disassemble as possible. But if we take a look at some of the runes, right? Free cold res, free lightning res, free fire res, and then this is the armor, evasion, and energy shield. And then if you socket them into the weapon, free physical damage, free fire damage, free lightning damage, free cold damage, and then stun buildup. So you want to make sure that you get this done because this is quite impactful. If we go ahead and take a look, all of my gear has runes socketed in it, and I am nowhere near running out, right? Because we still have a whole bunch of them, and they're just super good and super helpful. It helps you balances your resistance early on, especially in Act 1, because you're going to need a lot of cold res for the final boss. Coming in at pseudo number 5 is going to be Scrolls of Wisdom. I don't know if a lot of people just haven't looked through the shops, but a lot of people can't figure out where you get Scroll of Wisdoms, and you can buy them from Una for 25 gold each. This isn't really that big of a tip, but it is still something that I've seen a large amount of people struggle with, is where do you get Scrolls of Wisdom? Coming in at number 5 and or 6, I lost track of what number I'm on, but it is going to be making sure that you check your shops every time you level up. The shops in Path of Exile 2 are actually really good at giving you decent gear. I found a large amount of decent stuff from this. Like, I just pulled these boots out of here a second ago, and I'm continuing to find good items. Look, flat free 58% increased fizz damage on a one-handed mace. And if we go over to my stash, oh look, rarity and +1 to minions and int. And then let's go over to my stash and show some of the items that I picked up as well. So we go here. I picked up this twig circlet that has a lot of ES and +1 to minions. I found an amulet that has energy shield and +1 to minions. I got my weapons with the flat fizz from the shops. And what else? Have I found anything else? Oh, I found this caster ring that has cast speed, mana, and huge cold res in a shop as well. I picked up this ring because it has leech, and leech is so rare. I picked up this helmet that has 30 life, 10 fire res, and 4 chaos res. So it's not like amazingly good, but I've only made it to Act 2 pseudo 3, right, with my invoker before I had a reroll. And then I found this wand, which has spell damage and a +1 to cold spells, plus mana regen. I believe I also found this amulet in the shop as well. So you have the potential of finding some like incredibly good things in this shop. This helmet had the life and the lightning res on it. When I regaled it, it got mana. So yeah, but potential before I regaled it, it was really good. The fact that it was just 13 lightning res and 34 life. And then the final tip for this Act 1 video is what you need to beat the final boss. The final boss is I'm not going to spoil that actually, but he does a large amount of cold damage and physical damage. So you're going to want to have a high cold res as well as some armor and about 350 life, and you should be perfectly fine killing him. But that's pretty much it. The tips and tricks that I found in Act 1, especially after having to go through it twice. If this is helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future content. I'm planning on making a video like this for Act 2 and Act 3 as well, with like the helpful tips and tricks that I do find. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time, take care.